So, kind of a writing update. I started at 87,000 words when I submitted my book to the editor. I'm currently at 97,000 words. I am pretty much done with one of the storylines that I had to write. I just have to add a little bit more here and there, but I have to reread the book and see where it's going to fit best before I can add it because it's just right now, I feel like everything is all over the place. And it's literally just like a big fucking puzzle that, like, it was put together, but it really wasn't. It's it made an image, but then like when I sent it off to the editor and I got my notes, kind of like got scrambled, and then like I have to add to it, and then like now I have to put it back together, but I'm still not in the putting it back together stage. Um, there's one character POV that I'm pretty close to finishing, and then as soon as I'm done with that character POV, I just move on to the next one, and I kind of want to see which ones work out best storyline wise, because if it can go with the overall plot, then I want to keep the ones that go with the overall plot and like add to the world building. Um, but I feel like one of the storylines is gonna be a novella, and like I wanted to keep it in the first book, but it's very like out of place. Like there's no real area. Like I moved on to writing another character, and I'm writing another character, so I'm basically done with one character. I just need to reread through one of the characters. And then the second character, I'm halfway done with her. But in doing the second character, I'm looking at the third character that I have to write. Like, I don't think like her story matters and it's important, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit that into the first book, if I should just move that on to the second book. It's gonna be a lot. And I don't know. So we started at 390. We are at 440 right now. So we went from 87,000 words to 97,000 words. So we added 10,000 words. I completely thought we were going to add another 200 pages, which, like I said, probably would happen if I write that next character that doesn't feel like their plotline like really goes with the story. Like it's part of the story. It's important, but I'm like it's not important to the central first plot. And then so adding characters was just like a few of the notes that the the editor had, right? Today, I looked at some of the other notes and I was going through them and I was like, wow, I have a note almost on every single page. And it's for the best, like there are some things that I don't catch. There's just world building, just everything, to be honest. But like it just overwhelmed me to the point where I was like, ugh, feck, feck. And like I look back at when I was querying this when I first finished it. Who was that person? Who was that person? Why did I think that like my first draft was gonna be 100% a okay for that shit? What kind of Delulu confidence? I want the confidence that Noel had. Like, where did he pull that out from? Where did I pull that out from? Like, that Delulu state must have been like crazy. But before I can get to the editor notes and before I can get to that like full read through and before I can continue writing the ending of one character's storyline, I want to print out every single chapter, and I want to do it where the pacing is kind of even, where we get one character's POV, then the next, then the next, then the next. But I also want to like make it work with the world building and with everything that you learn. Because right now, I'm like, dang, it's all over the place. It really is. It's a big heaping pile of mess and distress all over the place. And it's gonna, at the end of it, because it's not a linear storyline, like my book is not a linear storyline at all. It's told in multiple different storylines. I feel like it's still gonna be a mess, but I'm reaching for an organized mess. Yeah. I wrote 4 pages today, and that's 4 more than I've written in a while. And I just feel so behind. I just look at these editor notes and I look at like the storyline that I haven't finished, and I feel so behind. And everybody goes through their journey. Everybody takes their time. Everybody's on their separate level. But it's overwhelming seeing it all. And I keep reminding myself, like, you can't really work with a blank page. Like, you can't edit a blank page. And I keep reminding myself, but I'm just like, every time I think about writing, I think it just stresses me out. And like, I love this book so much that I will open my laptop every single time that I possibly can, because I can't even lie and say every single day, but every time I possibly can, pick up my laptop and try to work on a little piece of it, because I get overwhelmed so easily. And I'm like, let me work on one thing. Let me work on 4 pages. Let me change one thing. Let me read through this one section. Let me add this one line. Let me rephrase this one thing. And I really love this story. Like the main story that I first wrote, I absolutely love, but with all these other points of views, it kind of adds to the general storyline. And I feel like there's 2 strong storylines. And there's another storyline that I absolutely have to work on because it's just hard. No, there's 3 strong storylines, I should say now, that I like. But there's just one storyline that I'm like, it's essential, but it's also very hard because, like, just writing it is a lot of work.